Ferdinand I was Emperor of Austria, President of the German Confederation, King of Hungary, Croatia, and Bohemia, as well as associated dominions from the death of his father on 2 March 1835, until his abdication after the revolutions of 1848. He married Maria Anna of Savoy, the sixth child of Victor Emmanuel I of Sardinia. Though he had no issue, Ferdinand was incapable of ruling his empire because of his mental deficiency, so his father, before he died, drafted a will promulgating that he consult Archduke Louis on every aspect of internal policy, and urged him to be influenced by Prince Metternich, Austria's foreign minister. He abdicated on December 2, 1848. He was succeeded by his nephew, Francis Joseph. Following his abdication, he lived in Radkany Palace, Prague, until his death in 1875. Biography. Early life. Ferdinand was the eldest son of Francis II, Holy Roman Emperor, and Maria Theresa of Naples and Sicily. As a result of his parents' genetic closeness, Ferdinand suffered from epilepsy, hydrocephalus, neurological problems, and a speech impediment. Upon his marriage to Maria Anna of Savoy, the court physician considered it unlikely that he would be able to consummate the marriage. He was educated by Baron Joseph Calasans von Aberg, and his wife Josephine, an Acute Grafen von Thames. Regency. Ferdinand has been depicted as feeble-minded and incapable of ruling, but although he had epilepsy, he kept a coherent and legible diary and has even been said to have had a sharp wit, having as many as 20 seizures per day, however, severely restricted his ability to rule with any effectiveness. Though he was not declared incapacitated, a regent's council steered the government. His marriage to Princess Maria Anna of Sardinia was probably never consummated, nor is he believed to have had any other liaisons. When he tried to consummate the marriage, he had 5 seizures. He is best remembered for his one coherent command to his cook when told he could not have apricot dumplings because apricots were out of season. He said, "I am the emperor, and I want dumplings." 1848 Revolution. As the revolutionaries of 1848 were marching on the palace, he is supposed to have asked Metternich for an explanation. When Metternich answered that they were making a revolution, Ferdinand is supposed to have said, "But are they allowed to do that?" He was convinced by Felix zu Schwarzenberg to abdicate in favor of his nephew, Franz Joseph, who would occupy the Austrian throne for the next 68 years. Ferdinand recorded the events in his diary. The affair ended with the new emperor kneeling before his old emperor and lord, that is to say, me, and asking for a blessing, which I gave him, laying both hands on his head and making the sign of the Holy Cross. Then I embraced him and kissed our new master, and then we went to our room. Afterwards I and my dear wife heard Holy Mass. After that I and my dear wife packed our bags. Ferdinand was the last king of Bohemia to be crowned as such. Due to his sympathy with Bohemia, he was given the Czech nickname Ferdinand V, the Good. In Austria, Ferdinand was similarly nicknamed Ferdinand der Gütige, but also ridiculed as Ferdinand der Fertige. He is interred in tomb number 62 in the Imperial Crypt in Vienna. Titles. He used the titles, His Imperial and Royal Apostolic Majesty Ferdinand I, by the grace of God, Emperor of Austria, King of Hungary, Bohemia, 5th by this name, King of the Lombardy and Venice, King of Dalmatia, Croatia, Slavonia, Galicia, Lodomeria, and Illyria, King of Jerusalem, etc., Archduke of Austria, Grand Duke of Tuscany and Krakow, Duke of Lorraine, Salzburg, Styria, Carinthia and Carniola, Upper and Lower Silesia, of Modena, Parma, Piacenza and Guastalla, of Auschwitz and Zeta, of Teschen, Friuli, Ragusa and Zara. Grand Prince of Transylvania, Margrave of Moravia, Princely Count of Habsburg, Kyburg, Tyrol, Gorizia and Gradisca, Prince of Trent and Brixen, Margrave of Upper and La Lusatia and Inistria, Count of Hernems, Feldkirch, Bregenz, Sonnenberg, etc., Lord of Trieste, Caterowan over the Windic March. Ancestry. Ferdinand's parents were double first cousins as they shared all four grandparents. Therefore, Ferdinand only had four great-grandparents, being descended from each of them twice. Further back in his ancestry there is more pedigree collapse due to the close intermarriage between the houses of Austria and Spain and other Catholic monarchies.